Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive. Today we're taking a look at something I know a lot of you are curious about, AI and cryptocurrency.
It's definitely a hot topic right now.
And you've given us some really interesting stuff to dig into, so
Yeah.
I'm really excited to see what we find.
Yeah, me too.
But first, let's talk about this whole crypto winter thing.
Right.
It's a phrase that I think makes a lot of people nervous.
Yeah, it can be pretty scary.
Makes them think that maybe crypto is over, but,
Right.
a lot of people say it's more like a hibernation period.
Yeah, I've heard that too. But honestly, I'm not sure hibernation quite captures it. It makes it sound like everything's just paused, waiting for things to warm up again.
Yeah, you're right.
But I think what we're seeing is something much more dynamic.
Okay, so if it's not hibernation, what would you call it?
That's a good question. I'd say it's more like a forced evolution.
Forced evolution?
Yeah. Think about it. Prices drop.
Right.
The weaker projects, they kind of fall apart.
They can't survive.
Exactly. And suddenly there's this intense pressure on the whole industry to innovate, adapt or die.
Yeah.
And that's where AI comes in. It's not just a way to survive this winter. It could actually be what transforms the entire crypto landscape.
All right, I am intrigued.
Yeah.
But before we go any further, let's just make sure we're all on the same page here.
Sure.
For someone who's maybe new to all this, how would you define crypto winter? And what actually caused this one we're in now?
So a crypto winter is basically a long bear market. We see asset prices dropping significantly,
Right.
investor confidence takes a hit, and new projects, they really struggle to get going.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this particular crypto winter, it started late 2022, and it's kind of a perfect storm of different factors. We had the global economic downturn,
Right.
which always makes people nervous about riskier assets.
Makes sense.
Then we had governments cracking down on crypto, more regulations.
Yeah, which created a lot of uncertainty. Absolutely. But some of the sources you gave me actually suggest that this kind of shakeup might be a good thing in the long run.
Oh, yeah.
It's like it forces the industry to mature, get rid of the projects that weren't really built to last, make way for the ones that actually have value and are innovative.
I completely agree.
Would you agree with that?
It's like, imagine a forest fire. It seems destructive at first, right? But it clears out the underbrush, makes space for new growth, creates a healthier, more resilient ecosystem. And in the crypto world, I think AI is going to be a big part of that regrowth.
Okay, so let's talk about that. Everyone's saying AI is going to save crypto,
Right.
but let's be realistic here.
Sure.
AI is not some magical oracle, right?
No, definitely not. It can't predict the future with 100% accuracy.
Right.
What AI offers is a set of incredibly powerful tools. Tools that can help us navigate uncertainty, make better decisions, and maybe even spot opportunities we wouldn't have seen otherwise.
So not a crystal ball, but maybe like a high-tech compass.
I like that. It's about having more data, better analysis, and in the end, a clearer picture of what's happening in this crazy complex market.
Okay, so break it down for us. What are the top 3 ways AI can actually make a difference for, the average crypto investor, especially right now during this forced evolution we're talking about?
All right, so first up is market sentiment analysis.
Okay.
Imagine being able to actually gauge the overall mood of the crypto world. Are people feeling positive? Are they driven by fear?
Right.
AI can analyze massive amounts of data to figure that out. Social media posts, news articles, online forums,
Wow.
even the code commits on GitHub to see if developers are getting more active on certain projects.
So it's like AI is reading millions of tweets,
Yeah.
news articles,
Yeah.
Reddit threads, and it's picking up on these subtle cues that we humans might completely miss.
Exactly. It's like having a finger on the pulse of the entire crypto community.
That is really cool. All right, so what's the second way AI can help?
Risk management.
Okay.
So there are AI tools that can analyze your specific crypto portfolio. They look at what coins you hold,
Right.
how much you've invested, your overall risk tolerance,
Mm-hmm.
and then they can assess how risky your holdings are compared to what's happening in the market.
So it's like having a personalized risk assessment.
Exactly. And it's not just about avoiding losses.
No.
It's about understanding your exposure, making informed decisions about diversification,
Right.
and maybe even shifting things around in your portfolio to reduce risk, especially during times like these when things are so volatile.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So what's the third area where AI can really shine?
Identifying undervalued assets
Okay.
with thousands of cryptocurrencies out there.
Oh, yeah. It's impossible to keep track.
It's overwhelming.
Yeah.
But AI can sift through all that data, analyze a project's fundamentals,
What do you mean by fundamentals?
Their technology, the team behind it, their community engagement, even their on-chain metrics.
Mhm.
And then it compares that to how the market is valuing the project. That's how AI can uncover those hidden gems, projects with solid foundations that the market might be overlooking.
So it's like AI has X-ray vision for the blockchain. It can see potential that we might miss.
I like that. It's a powerful tool. But it's important to remember, AI is not a replacement for human judgment.
Right.
You still need to understand the technology, do your own research.
Hmm.
AI can point you in the right direction, highlight the projects with the most potential.
Sure.
But the final decision, it's always yours.
Right. It's a partnership, not just blindly trusting the algorithms.
Right.
Speaking of projects, let's actually talk about what's happening in the crypto market right now.
Okay.
What are some of the key trends you're seeing? And where does AI fit into all of this?
Well, let's start with the big one, Bitcoin.
Of course.
It's been trading sideways lately.
Right. Just kind of hovering.
Yeah, it's hanging around what analysts call key support levels, basically price points where there are more buyers than sellers.
So it's like a tug of war.
Exactly. And right now, the bulls are holding the line. But the question is, for how long?
Right. And is AI helping us answer that question?
It could, by tracking things like trading volume, social media sentiment, even those on-chain metrics we talked about, like the number of active Bitcoin addresses.
Mm-hmm.
AI could potentially detect early signs of a breakout or, a further decline.
So it's like an early warning system.
Exactly. And it's not just about Bitcoin. This applies to the entire market. Now, on the other hand, we have Ethereum, which is showing a lot more activity, especially in DeFi and NFTs.
Yeah, those have been the bright spots, even during this downturn.
For sure. And AI could have potentially seen this coming by analyzing the growth of DeFi protocols, tracking NFT transactions, even assessing the sentiment around specific projects in those ecosystems.
Right.
AI could have given us a much deeper understanding of why this is happening.
So AI is not just about looking at price charts. It's about understanding the whole ecosystem, the innovation that's happening beneath the surface. Are there any specific coins right now that are really standing out, that are doing well even in this crypto winter?
There are a couple that are particularly interesting. One is Solana.
Okay, I've heard of that one.
They've shown remarkable resilience during this downturn. They bounced back strong, and I think a lot of that has to do with their developer community. Really active, very passionate.
Yeah, and they're known for their speed, right?
Right.
Fast transactions, low fees.
Exactly. Scalability is key for wider adoption, and Solana's got that. And AI could have potentially spotted this momentum building, by looking at developer activity on GitHub, the growth of their ecosystem,
Right.
even the increasing social media buzz around Solana.
Interesting. So even in a bear market, AI can help us find those projects that are building for the future, the ones solving real problems.
Absolutely. The ones attracting a passionate community, those are the signs of a project that's going to survive and maybe even thrive, no matter what the market does.
Okay, what was that other coin you wanted to mention?
The other one is Toncoin.
Toncoin.
And
Yeah.
they're interesting because they're focusing on very specific use cases. Messaging, microtransactions, decentralized storage.
Those are all things that people use every day.
Exactly. It's about bringing blockchain to the masses. And for investors who are looking for projects with real-world utility, AI could help them track those, see which ones align with their interests and goals.
That's pretty cool. So it's about more than just making money. It's about finding projects that are actually making a difference.
I think so. It's about being part of something bigger.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about the theory of AI, but let's get practical. What are some actual platforms that are using AI right now that could help crypto investors, like today?
Yeah, there are some really interesting ones out there. One that comes to mind is Singularity DAO.
Singularity DAO. Okay.
And they're all about portfolio optimization using AI.
So it's like having a robo-advisor, but for crypto.
Exactly. They use sophisticated algorithms to analyze market trends, assess risk, and dynamically allocate your portfolio across a range of assets.
Wow, that's pretty hands-off.
It is. It's great for people who are new to crypto or who don't have the time to constantly monitor the market.
Makes sense. What else is out there?
Another really cool one is Numerai.
Okay, Numerai.
And this one is unique. It's a decentralized hedge fund.
Okay.
But here's the twist. They leverage AI predictions from a global network of data scientists.
So it's like crowdsourcing intelligence, but with AI as the conductor.
That's a great way to put it. They create a level playing field for data scientists worldwide. They provide these encrypted data sets, and participants build their own AI models to predict market movements.
Wow.
And then all these predictions are weighted and combined to create this meta model. And that's what informs Numeria's trading decisions.
So it's like collective intelligence meets machine learning. And the results are used to manage an actual hedge fund. That's fascinating.
It is. It's a really innovative approach.
Okay, I'm definitely got to check that one out. What was the last platform you wanted to mention?
The last one is Token Metrics.
Token Metrics, okay.
And they offer AI-powered analytics for a whole range of cryptocurrencies, ratings, insights to help guide your decisions.
So it's like having a superpowered research assistant to help you sift through all the noise and make sense of all that data.
Exactly. They use machine learning to analyze market trends, assess project fundamentals, even evaluate the team behind each project, and then they give you data-driven recommendations and risk assessments.
This is great. We've covered so much already. From defining crypto winter and understanding its potential, to exploring how AI can give us better tools for analysis, risk management, even finding hidden gems. We even dove into some specific platforms that are using AI in action. I feel like we've barely scratched the surface, though.
We have. And there's one more crucial aspect of AI and crypto that we need to discuss: the ethical considerations and potential risks.
Right, because with any powerful technology, there's always a flip side.
Exactly. And that's what we'll explore in the next part of our deep dive.
Looking forward to it. This is getting really interesting.
Mhm.
So we've talked about how AI can be a really useful tool during a crypto winter,
Yeah.
helping us make sense of things when there's a lot of uncertainty. But what about when the market starts to recover?
Right.
What role does AI play in a bull market? When things are heating up, everyone's trying to ride the wave, what happens then?
That's a great question. And honestly, I think that's where AI's true potential could really shine. See, in a bull market, things move so fast.
Oh, yeah.
It's all about FOMO, fear of missing out.
Everyone's trying to get in on the action.
Exactly. Emotions run high, and it's easy to get caught up in the hype. But AI can help us stay grounded, make smarter decisions,
Okay.
and maybe even spot those early trends that signal, hey, this is the start of something big.
So it's like having a cool head in the middle of all that craziness.
Yeah, exactly.
I can definitely see the value in that. But how does AI actually help us see those trends, those early signs?
Well, it's not like it can tell us the exact price of Bitcoin a year from now.
Right.
No. But what it can do is analyze a ton of data to find patterns and correlations.
Okay.
Little hints that maybe things are about to change direction.
So what kind of data are we talking about?
Well, for one, AI can look at on-chain data.
On-chain data? What's that?
It's the raw data that's recorded on the blockchain itself. Things like transaction volume, the number of active addresses, how much Bitcoin is moving between exchanges.
Okay.
Those metrics can tell us a lot about what's actually happening on the network, which can be a good indicator of where the market's headed.
So it's like looking under the hood of the blockchain, seeing the engine running before the car even starts moving.
I like that analogy.
What else?
AI can also analyze social media. What people are saying on Twitter, Reddit, Telegram. Is the conversation shifting? Are people starting to get more excited? Are developers suddenly more active on certain projects?
Interesting.
These are all signals that AI can pick up on.
So it's not just about the numbers, it's about understanding the narrative, the feeling behind the market.
Exactly. It's about the human element.
Right.
And AI can also look at news articles, research reports, even regulatory filings to see what's happening in the bigger picture.
Wow. So it's like having this global research team constantly scanning the horizon for anything that might impact crypto.
That's a great way to think about it. And here's the really cool part. AI can take all of this data, the on-chain stuff, the social media stuff, the news, everything, and combine it to create a really holistic view of the market. It can find connections that humans might miss, see patterns before they become obvious.
Like connecting the dots.
Exactly. And that can help AI make some pretty accurate predictions about where the market's going.
Okay, so that's impressive, but let's talk about the practical stuff. How can AI actually help us, make money during a bull run?
Well, one way is through automated trading strategies. You can have AI algorithms that monitor the market 24/7. They react to changes in real time, make trades based on rules you set up.
So it's like having a robo-trader working for you, making those split-second decisions that humans might miss.
Exactly. It can be a huge advantage in a fast-moving market.
That sounds tempting.
It can be,
Yeah.
but it's important to remember there are risks involved. You have to choose reputable platforms, understand how their algorithms work.
Right, do your research.
Always.
Okay, so what are some other ways AI can help us during a bull market?
Well, it can help us find new sectors that are about to take off. Remember how we talked about AI analyzing on-chain data?
Yeah.
Well, that same tech can be used to track the growth of specific areas within the crypto ecosystem. Like, let's say there's a sudden surge in activity on a particular decentralized exchange, a DEX. AI can figure out why that's happening. It can look at what kinds of trades are being made, which tokens are being swapped, the overall volume. Is it a new feature, lower fees, a partnership with a hot project? AI can help us understand those things.
Interesting. So it's not just about following the hype, it's about understanding what's actually driving that growth.
Exactly. And AI can also help us find new projects that have potential. It can analyze the buzz on social media, see how active the developers are, even assess the strength of a project's community.
So it's like a talent scout for crypto.
That's a great way to put it. And this is super important during a bull run when there are tons of new projects launching all the time.
It's hard to know what's real and what's not.
Exactly. But AI can help us sort through all the noise and find the real gems.
Okay, so this is all really exciting, but I have to ask, if AI is so good at spotting trends and making predictions, why isn't everyone using it to get rich?
That's a great question, and there are a couple of reasons. First, AI is still pretty new in the world of finance. A lot of people are still skeptical.
They don't trust it.
Yeah, they don't understand how it works, or they're just not comfortable handing their money over to algorithms.
Right. It's a big leap of faith for some people.
It is. And second, access to good AI tools can be expensive. A lot of the platforms we talked about require subscriptions, and some even have minimum investment amounts.
So it's not really fair for smaller investors.
Not entirely, but the good news is that's changing. AI is becoming more accessible and affordable all the time.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, so we'll probably see a lot more people using AI in crypto in the future.
It sounds like AI is going to play a big role in the future of crypto,
Right.
whether the market's up or down.
I think so. And it's not just about making money either. AI can also help make the whole crypto ecosystem more transparent, more efficient, more accessible to everyone.
Right. It's about making things better for everyone, not just a few people at the top.
Exactly. And we're really just at the beginning of what's possible.
This has been an incredible deep dive so far. We've talked about how AI can help us in both bull markets and bear markets, how it can give us better tools, and how it might even change the whole game.
We have. But there's one more important piece of the puzzle we need to talk about: the ethics of AI.
Right, because like we said before, every powerful tool has two sides.
Exactly. And that's what we'll explore in the next part of our deep dive.
All right, so we've talked about all the amazing things AI can do in the crypto world. But like with any powerful tool, we have to be aware of the potential downsides too.
Absolutely. There are definitely some ethical concerns and potential risks that we need to address.
So what are some of the things we need to be thinking about as AI becomes more and more common in crypto?
Well, one of the biggest concerns is bias. AI algorithms, they learn from data. And if that data is biased, well, the AI is going to be biased too.
Right. So how would that play out in crypto?
So imagine an AI-powered lending platform, where you can get a loan using your crypto as collateral. And they use AI to decide who gets approved for a loan. But what if the data they used to train that AI mostly came from borrowers who fit a certain profile? Maybe they're all from a specific country or have a certain credit score.
Right.
Well, the AI might learn to discriminate against people who don't fit that profile.
Even if they're perfectly capable of repaying the loan.
Exactly. It wouldn't be intentional discrimination. It's just that the AI is making decisions based on biased data.
So it's like the AI is inheriting our own biases.
Yeah, kind of. And this is a tough problem to solve because figuring out if an AI system is biased and then fixing it, it's really complex.
I can imagine. What are some of the other ethical things we need to be thinking about?
Transparency is another big one. A lot of AI algorithms are like black boxes.
Black boxes.
Yeah, we don't really understand how they work. They make these decisions. Maybe they make really good predictions or execute profitable trades, but we don't know why.
So even if it's doing the right thing, we don't know how it's doing it.
Exactly. And in a world like crypto, which is supposed to be about decentralization and transparency, that can be a problem.
It definitely feels like a contradiction. So how do we fix that? How do we make these AI systems more transparent?
Well, some researchers are working on something called explainable AI, where the algorithms can actually explain their reasoning.
Oh, that would be helpful.
It would,
Yeah.
but it's still early days. Another approach is to encourage more collaboration and knowledge sharing in the AI and crypto communities. So we can all learn from each other and spot potential problems early on.
Right, like a checks and balances kind of thing.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got bias and transparency. Are there any other risks we should be worried about?
Security is a big one. As AI gets more advanced, it also becomes a more attractive target for hackers. If someone were to hack into an AI-powered trading platform, for example, it could be disastrous.
So the stakes are even higher when AI is involved.
Definitely. And it's not just about money. Imagine someone using AI to manipulate market sentiment or spread misinformation. It could really damage the whole ecosystem.
Yeah, the potential for harm is huge. Sounds like we need to be really careful about how we use AI in crypto.
I agree. We have to proceed with caution, prioritize ethical considerations, and make sure that we're using AI responsibly.
It's not about stopping progress, right? It's about making sure that progress benefits everyone.
Exactly. And I'm optimistic that we can do this. The crypto community, I mean, it's full of creative people who are passionate about building a better future. And I think we can use AI to do that.
I hope so. That's a future I want to be a part of. Well, I think that brings us to the end of our deep dive. We've covered a lot of ground.
We have, from the basics of crypto winter and how AI can help us navigate it, to the exciting possibilities of AI in a bull market. And of course, we talked about the ethical side of things, the potential risks we need to be aware of.
It's been an incredible journey, and I hope you, our listener, have learned something new today.
The world of crypto and AI is constantly changing. So stay curious, keep learning, and don't be afraid to ask questions.
That's great advice. And remember, if you have any other questions or topics you'd like us to explore, we're always here. This deep dive was made for you.
Until next time, happy exploring.